Look, I get it. Sitting here talking to a camera can be one of the most awkward and scary things that you could possibly do. But I'm here to tell you it's not as scary as you think. Most people think you need to be overly charismatic or really good on camera to begin with, but it's just not true. This is a learned skill. Anybody can do this. Today, we're going to talk about how you can start learning how to talk to the camera better without sounding incredibly awkward. First off, let's get this out of the way. You're not alone. You're not the only one that feels awkward about talking to a camera. I promise you, thousands upon thousands, if not millions of people are out there right now thinking that they would want to talk to the camera, but just feel silly doing it. And honestly, it is not a lack of charisma or character or anything like that. It's just being unfamiliar. Think about the first time you ever tried a sport or tried anything new. It's hard at first. You feel awkward, you stumble around, but eventually you keep practicing and you find your way. A lot of times it feels like you could have a conversation about these things, but when you sit in front of the camera and that red record button gets hit, it's like you lose all normalcy. It's weird. Now, I know most of you, if you're interested in a specific subject, you could probably talk for hours upon hours about it to somebody that either is trying to learn about it or that is interested in the same thing as you. The biggest difference is you're talking to a camera, you're not talking to an individual. Your brain treats the camera as if it's a threat because it's not responding. I know that sounds weird, but essentially that's what's happening. Awareness, just being aware of what you're doing, your mannerisms, all those types of things, is the first step to feeling more confident. The only way to get better at doing this is, I know this is sort of a cop-out, but it's by doing it. Now, I know this is a little bit easier said than done, but if you treat the camera like it's a friend or a person that you're just talking to and having a conversation with, it makes things a little bit easier. I know it's hard to imagine that this thing sitting in front of you, whether it's your phone or a camera or whatever it is a person, but the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it. If you need to, tape a picture of your best friend on the camera somewhere so that you can reference that and make it feel like you're having a conversation with them. Sounds weird, but hey, whatever works. The goal of all of this is to sound conversational. The goal is to feel like you're in the room with that person, whoever's on the other side of the camera, and you're just having a conversation. You don't need to be talking at them. You don't need to be creating some kind of weird avatar of just yourself. It's just giving them the information that they need. We're talking about the things that make you excited. The better that you can get at this, the more softened your tone becomes, the more comfortable you seem, and that will also make the audience feel a little bit more at ease as well. Now, this one is a big one because scripting is a hit or miss thing for me because I've worked with a ton of people that it was their first time ever being on camera. And let me tell you that some people can show up with a full 3-page script and they nail it. They know every single word on that thing, and that's what they're good at. Other people, not so much. Other people would prefer to almost not script at all and just shoot from the hip because they don't. The more they prepare, the more robotic it feels because not everybody is really good at reading scripts. So a good middle ground for me specifically is to have outlines. I used to tell people, bring an outline of the points that you want to make sure you hit, and then we can just break it down from there and build sort of a script from scratch. So it feels more natural. It doesn't feel like something that you wouldn't personally say and that you're just reading off of a piece of paper. Another bonus tip as far as scripting goes is to not say things that you don't need to say, because I dealt with a lot of real estate people, and sometimes I feel like they just wanted to talk just to be on camera when they're not actually conveying any real value or points when they were talking to the camera. So what I used to tell people was pick 3 to 5 of your talking points, make sure that it's something that won't necessarily convey on camera. That way you can say stuff to the audience that's actually valuable that they can't just see on the camera when I'm showing them the video. Okay, so this next point is actually crucial, and it might feel even more awkward than just sitting in front of the camera and doing it. When you're practicing, practice out loud. Don't read it in your head. You have to actually say these scripts out loud, say these lines or talking points out loud, because you can start feeling how weird you're saying certain things if you say it out loud. And that's one thing I think is a huge game changer when it comes to starting to get better to being on camera. And that is practicing. Even if you're not recording, the more you say things out loud as if you're talking on camera, the easier things will get. Like anything that you learn, it takes reps, it takes time, it takes developing your skills, doing this over and over and over again. And honestly, the more that you can do it, the better you're going to get quicker. Because if you're only doing one video a week, it'll take you an entire month to do 4 videos. Whereas if you're doing one video every day during the week and not the weekends, I mean, that's 20 videos that you've done in 1 month. That's 5 times the amount that you would have done otherwise. So every rep matters. Every video matters. Even if people aren't watching, that's the perfect time to start practicing. One little bonus tip is if you are going to script, say your script out loud at least twice before you hit record. All right, now this is going to be controversial to some of you guys, but if you get a take that works and that you got all the way through, just keep it. Keep it and keep moving on, because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to force yourself into this perfectionism, and you're never going to get anything done. You're going to keep overanalyzing every single moment in the video. You're going to keep analyzing every word that you said, and that does nothing but slow you down. And in this day and age, we need to be fast. We need to be efficient. A lot of people that are going to be starting doing content, you're going to have full-time jobs. A lot of them are going to have families. A lot of you guys aren't going to have hours and hours and hours to just keep doing takes over and over again. And if you keep doing takes over and over again, you're going to end up quitting because you're not able to get the content done fast enough. Now, I'm not saying if it's brutal to not try and redo it. I mean, you can try and redo it. What I'm trying to get at is you don't want to be a perfectionist. You want to get it done. Done is better than perfect. And your 80% is better than most people because they have 0% because they're not even creating videos. So don't overanalyze that part. Don't worry so much about what you look like. Don't even worry about if you messed up a word here and there. Like, people react to realness. Like, they know you're a human being and you want to let them know you're a human being. Human beings make mess ups. So own up to it. Don't get bent out of shape. Don't get angry if somebody calls you out because you said a word wrong or something like that. Just own up to it. And honestly, sometimes when I've done that in the past and people have called me out and I'm like, yeah, you got me there. I kind of messed up on that. I tend to create more relationships that way because I'm being open and honest with somebody, as opposed to being like, well, I don't see you out there doing any videos, or I don't see, where's your videos at? Or, you know, trying to defend the mess up. Just go with it. I mean, we're all humans here. We're all just trying to have fun. We want to create something that makes us happy. And at the end of the day, people will reward realness. And if you're real and you're trying your best and you're trying to give people information that is truly valuable to them or that they want to hear, you're gonna kill it in this game. So just remember, don't create an avatar of yourself. Try your best to be conversational. Try to be as open and honest with people as possible. Try to give as much value as you possibly can. Make sure the video that you're putting out is actually talking to an audience and you're actually giving them and answering them. You're either entertaining them or you're giving them the answers that they want. Next, scripting or outlining, whatever suits you. You got to figure out what's best for you. You got to make sure that you stick to it. Start learning how to embrace whatever you decide to go with. And if you decide later that you'd rather go from scripting to outlining and outlining to scripting, it doesn't matter. The more practice you get, the more you'll start understanding what you enjoy, how you like your workflow to be, and you'll get great at it. And just remember, done is better than perfect. Get it out there. Put as much content out there as you possibly can. The more you do this, the more you will get better at it. I promise you. It feels awful. It feels embarrassing at some points when you're sitting in front of a camera. I've been talking to a camera for over 6 years now, and it's still awkward at times. Like, sometimes you just clam up. You don't know what to say. So just remember, nobody's perfect. Even your favorite content creators were all awkward and weird and weren't very good on camera when they first started. I promise you that. So with that being said, hopefully this video helped you guys. If you're interested, hit that subscribe button. And I'm looking forward to doing more videos teaching people how to do content, how to be better on camera, what kind of content to make. So yeah, consider tagging along for this journey, and I will see you guys in the next video.